How is it going, guys? Welcome to another broadcast of the weekly with me, Neff. Coming in a little late in the week, but a lot of information to share with you guys. Let's jump right into it. If you guys didn't know already, San Diego Comic-Con just passed. A lot of big news, a lot of big reveals for comic book films, especially with Marvel. Big news coming out of Marvel. You got Fantastic Four coming out. They had the whole cast out there. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, and other people there. Kevin Feige was hosting for that. And then we had the biggest reveal. We have Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he's not coming back as Iron Man. There's been a lot of talk about this. People are kind of split on if they like it, if they don't like it. And it's really kind of the focus of this episode, desperate or calculated. So he's coming back as Dr.Doom, right, for the new Avengers they got coming on. So Avengers Doomsday is going to be the first film they have in this new Avengers series, right? And then they're going to have the next installment, which is going to be Secret Wars. Remember, both Avengers films. And then they have the Russo brothers coming back as well. So just a lot of talk in general about the direction of Marvel right now. A lot of people are saying that it's a desperate move. There's a lot of people that are really excited about it. Personally, I would like to see Robert Downey Jr. come back as Iron Man. I think it's kind of hard to see him as another character. But I think what this does is stoke curiosity. So anybody that's on the fence about it, they're going to be, I guess, not necessarily incentivized, but I think they'll be curious enough to go check it out just to see what the outcome is. And I think that's what this does. It gets people interested in Marvel again. We know that Marvel's kind of been going downhill since Infinity War and Endgame, and this is a great way to try to get, excitement back into the, I guess you could say, the production company at this point. They had Deadpool Wolverine, which did good. We talked about that as well. That's actually crossed $500 million worldwide box office. I think it's heading to $1 billion. So, they kind of got a good start there. But to me, Deadpool is more of a 20th Century Fox type deal. There was more characters that had to do with the old Fox, a lot of X-Men stuff like that, Blade in there, Elektra. You had Channing Tatum actually come back as Gambit, which is really awesome. But that was more focused on Fox characters, I would say. And to me, it was catering to an older generation of comic book films. This is going to be a little different. So like I said, they got Robert Downey Jr. back. He's playing Dr. Doom now. He is not going to be Iron Man, and they got the Russo brothers back. There was a lot of discussion on the salaries of these guys, too. The Russo brothers, I think, are getting $80 million. I don't know if it's for both films or if it's, I guess, 80 for each. And they're splitting it, of course, obviously. And then I think Robert Downey Jr. is getting $100 million, and I think that's for both films as well. So there was kind of a lot of talk about that, and that's what led into the people discussing, like, if they're desperate or not to try to get some traction and get people more excited into Marvel. But, with all that being said, I want to know what you guys think about it. I think it's very interesting. To me, like I said, I'd rather see him come back as Iron Man. It just makes more sense for him to play an evil character. Is kind of strange at this point. I think it's going to be kind of hard for people to see him as someone else other than Iron Man, specifically because it's the same cinematic universe. So different story, same universe. It's going to be interesting to see the dynamic. I think Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday that is, will be a very interesting film. I kind of like the direction they're going in. I like the theme they got going with it. So, that comes out in 2026, I believe. And then I think Avengers Secret Wars, which is going to be a really cool story, especially to see that on screen. I think that's going to probably come out 2027. But, the more information that comes out about that, I'll be sharing with you guys. What do you guys think about that move from Marvel and MCU? You think it's desperate or you think it's very calculated? I think it can work both ways depending on, whatever you're looking for. If you only want to see Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and that chapter is closed for you, then I can see you being disappointed. But also, if you're excited to see Robert Downey Jr. back in the MCU in general, and you're excited to see the Russo brothers back in the MCU, I think it could be an exciting time for you. Another piece of news I got is that we got a teaser trailer for Squid Game Season 2. This is the show that, it's kind of... They had the first season. The first season was a hit. It's on Netflix. And then they kind of went quiet. And so we were kind of wondering what was going on with season 2 there. But we finally got some news on that. So it looks like we're getting season 2 fairly soon. I think it comes out in the fall of this year. And then in 2025, fall of 2025, they're going to do season 3. So I surmise that they've actually shot both these seasons back to back. And obviously it's a Korean show, so that could be a reason why it's been so quiet, especially here in America's news cycle. But very interesting to see Squid Game come back. I'm interested to see what they do with the story here, especially how the first season ended. I'm wondering if we see some characters that we saw before in this version of Squid Game. And so, yeah, very interested in this. Probably going to be watching that on Netflix because I do have Netflix. But, yeah, the teaser came out. Cool teaser. Didn't show too much, which is pretty cool. I'm sure they'll have a full trailer very soon to promote this thing. But that is some news for you guys, especially if you're interested in Squid Game. I know a lot of people did like the show when it came out. Very interesting show. It's a theme we've seen in other shows before, but it was a different spin on it this time. So pretty cool. I'm going to have the teaser link in the description for you guys. Other than that, not too much. Like I said, we covered Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU, covered some things with San Diego Comic-Con. We talked about Squid Game teaser. We talked about Squid Game season 2 and 3. We talked about Deadpool Wolverine a little bit. Great box office for that thing. I'm actually going to go watch it again this weekend. So we'll see where it ends up on Monday. We'll definitely be reporting on that. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys for this broadcast of the weekly. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell for notifications. Stay tuned for the Popcorn Square podcast every Monday. And share with a friend. Other than that, guys, be safe.